A PETA investigator worked for months at Nielsen Farms, which is a Kansas puppy mill, feeding, providing water, and cleaning after hundreds of dogs living in cramped wire cages. They were provided no bedding on the hard wire, no protection from nature's harsh weather, and no regular veterinary care. Overall, they were ignored and mistreated. An excerpt from this investigator's time at Nielsen Farms includes, "There are now 5 toy poodles in one of the wire cages. They are frantic when I come by to water and feed them. They paw at the wire door trying to get out, and when I reach in to get their dishes, they scratch my arms and make screaming noises." And here's a picture from his time at the farm. I've spent multiple hours researching this topic and seeing what I can do in our own community to help. This is a large issue that is not getting better. People are affected, obviously, by it emotionally, but more importantly, these animals are being affected. Animals that deserve love and affection. In my speech, I will discuss the need and how bad pet store adoptions are, how much better shelter adoptions are, and my plan to eliminate pet stores adoptions. The largest issue is that people buy from pet stores and breeders not knowing the backstory and what goes on behind closed doors with these dogs and cats. Animals from mass-produced mills are sold as products, leading to denial of their basic needs. Pet stores will put the profit above the benefit of the dogs. An ASPCA article written in July 18th of 2018 discusses the process of a commercial dog breeding operations, aka puppy mills, and how horrible they are for the animals. They make a profit, and that profit takes priority over the animals, which leads to them being treated very poorly. Dogs are crammed into filthy, overcrowded, stacked wire cages and denied their basic needs. The mothers are bred constantly without a regular medical screening or care, which leads to serious health and behavioral issues of not only the mother, but the puppies. According to the Puppy Mill Project, an organization fighting to end puppy mill cruelty through education, outreach, and advocacy, there's an estimated 10,000 puppy mills in the US alone. That includes licensed and not licensed. And in those, over 2 million puppies are bred each year. Now, everyone has a dog, has had a dog, or known someone with a dog. And now that you know these statistics, you can see the harsh reality of buying and knowing how horrible these mills are versus adopting from a shelter. I have covered the negatives and the ugly of buying from a store, and now we'll move on to the benefits of adopting from a shelter. I think that people should adopt from shelters and push pet stores to find alternative ways to get animals other than from puppy mills or breeders. If I were to have a plan to promote adoption from a shelter, I would have these 3 steps. Step 1, I would show statistics and the negatives of buying from pet stores. I would focus on how awful puppy mills are and show them that this is a real issue. Step 2, I would show/tell them the many ways that adoption from a shelter is better. A One Green Plant Animal article discusses the many benefits of adopting from a shelter. One of their many benefits is that you can foster dogs or cats without adopting them first, which gives you a chance to see if this is really something you are capable of doing. They also take time to screen people, and which obviously is kind of a pain, but then it ends in less return animals to shelters. Often these animals will come pre-house trained, they will know basic calls and tricks, and they will be spayed or neutered. Often it's a human problem that they are returned to shelters and not the animal itself. You can also get a large variety of breeds, ages, kinds, and pretty much everything you could ever want in a shelter. And step 3, I would discuss how this helps more than the one animal that you are adopting. By adopting an animal, you are opening up a loving space to another animal and saving not only 1, but 2 lives. Now, it can be very hard adopting from shelters because you don't know a backstory on the dog and you don't know how they were treated by their previous owners. But take my family into consideration. We adopted our lovely dog, Layla, from a local shelter. We adopted her when she was roughly 2, they think, but they're not sure because of where she came from. They just don't know anything. She was found roaming in between a few towns, microchipped, and when they returned her to her owners, they denied knowing her. So she was taken to our local shelter, and when we saw her, we just knew that she was perfect. She was the dog for us, and she's a wonderful dog. She was house trained. She knew all kinds of tricks, very loyal, very smart, but obviously she had a rough past. She's covered in scars, and she's scared of basic things like brooms or loud trucks. Now, she's gotten over a lot of that because we've taken the time to show her that she can trust us and gain her love. And I think that's even more giving than anything else because she does trust us now, and it's so good. And according to Vet Street, another good part is that you save money from adopting. At a pet store, it can cost anywhere from $500 to $1,000 to adopt these pets. And they come untrained, not spayed, not neutered, without shots. But adopting from a shelter can be anywhere from $50 to $200 or more. And they often come trained and spayed or neutered. Now that we've discussed some of the few amazing perks of adoption, let's look at a scenario. You're sitting at home watching TV with your loving cat or dog next to you. An SPCA commercial comes on with the sad music and showing sad dogs and cats looking dirty, unhealthy, and malnourished, and packed into one small area. You see the words, "Every hour an animal is abused, beaten or abused." As you see them through these wire cages with their sad puppy and cat eyes, Sarah McLaughlin, a BSPCA supporter, starts speaking and asks you to help an animal suffering or in need. Then as she's talking, you see animals being cared for and loved. As you look down at your beloved pet, you realize you're teary-eyed, imagining if that was them. Now imagine if everyone worked hard to completely eliminate puppy mills. You wouldn't be put through the pain of watching those commercials and seeing the harsh realities of it all. You could be comforted by the fact that other dogs and cats are also sitting with their loving owners. So in conclusion, I discussed the need and how bad pet store adoptions are, how good shelter adoptions are, and my plan to eliminate these pet store adoptions. As animal lovers, we can all play a role in this. We can get active in our local shelters. We can spread the word of shopping, and we can continue to adopt and not shop. No animal should ever be denied their basic needs, love, and affection. Each and every one of them deserve much more than we can give. Does anyone have any questions?